Does your mom know you're watching this show? Oh yeah. Hey, welcome everybody to the Friday Night VS show. I always do that. You know what? It's what's funny is I do that like to every one of my shows. It's like I know it's happening. I'm looking over here. I'm looking over here. I'm looking at this. Trying to start. Welcome everyone to the Friday Night BS show. I'm not going to bitch because there's something I always wanted StreamYard to fix, and I think it's silly that I have to go back to Facebook and hit public so the people can comment. I hate that fact that I have to do that, and I wish they would get that fixed, and or at least take a look at it and figure out how do they fix that to where it should be. I scheduled the show to be public, but I have to go back and do it. Yeah, guys, let's do these things here. Where is my thing? Oh my god, is it missing? Did it disappear? Oh no, there it is. No, John, don't hit delete. Oh, what a fucking 5-star podcast show this is. This podcast is rated R and is intended for a mature audience, and that would be me, Jennifer, and Jake tonight. We are the mature ones, and we're going to do our best to be. I love that laugh.
Mature.
We do our best.
Who you're talking about?
We do our best. I think that none of us act our age. I sometimes I look over to the right and look at Jake, and I swear to God, I almost feel like Jake is 12. Sometimes. Do you get that look when you look at Jake? Do you go? There's no way Jake is 30, but he's like you look like you could be like 15, 16 years old. What do you think, Jen?
I think that he looks. What's your true age? Before I say anything.
No, don't tell her true age. You guess.
Okay, don't fuck with me, Johnny. I'm asking questions here.
Turn on my sound effects for Jennifer tonight. I feel a lot of F-bombs coming tonight.
Okay, so may I ask before I say, because you don't look 15. Johnny's full of shit and needs to get his eyes checked.
Thank you. I'll take younger.
Like child.
Hey, Jake will take 15.
No, I won't.
No,
I won't.
No, because, I'm sorry. Unless you're a pedophile, nobody wants to bang a 15-year-old.
Let me clarify the record. I will never take 15. Let me just put that out there right now.
Me either, man.
36.
You're 36. Okay, so you definitely early 30s. You can definitely pass for 29 through 33. So that's not horrible.
Yeah,
and
You're my new best friend. Thank you.
You are her new best. Yeah, let me shut off. I got some back noise coming in from somewhere.
I have a fan on. Can you hear that? I need the fan, otherwise I'll die.
No, it's me. No. It's the neighbor. It's the neighbor. I don't want to get up to close the window, but he should be done.
I will die, and I didn't get a glass, so it's gonna be out the bottle.
All I want to know, who the fuck uses a blower in the summertime? Who the fuck uses a blower in the summertime? That's all I'm asking.
People who do landscaping.
I guess.
Like a leaf blower.
A leaf blower. Yeah, a leaf blower.
Yeah. You got to get the clip. Some places
have
HOAs, and if you leave clippings on the sidewalk, they get pissed. And also bikers get pissed because I've done that outside my home and left the clippings out, and the bikers come by and they're like, "I could slip on that while I'm biking."
Oh God.
Somewhere else. Thanks.
All right, yeah, this is in Kansas. No, I'm kidding.
This is North Dakota.
North Dakota, buddy. You're like I don't shoot you. Let's say hello to I hate trying to get this name out of here. Bangarang
juice. Bangarang. It's Bangarang. Get it?
Bangarang. We're gonna have to have you as a guest on the show some night. Maybe we'll have to dig deep into why you're using that name for some reason.
Bangarang Rufio.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that a juice line?
No, it's from Hook.
It's from Hook.
Remember the movie Captain Hook?
I do not remember Captain Hook. It's been which one? Like the newer version of Captain Hook, the Disneyland or Disney World version of Captain Hook?
It's from the 90s. Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, never saw that one. I know. Relax. I think I was a little too old for that movie when it came out.
For Hook?
For Hook, yeah. I had to be what? If it came out in the 90s, I was, in 1920, 21.
It had Robin Williams.
So what's that mean?
Okay, it
I
doesn't
wasn't.
matter.
I'm
I
not.
still watch.
I wasn't a big Robin Williams fan, other than Mork and Mindy and God, I gotta think hard here. Other than Mork and Mindy, I really don't care for any of his movies.
really,
Yeah, no,
Mrs.
yeah. Patch
Doubtfire.
Adams is just it's
Oh
okay.
my god!
Yeah,
And
yeah. Mrs.
Aladdin.
Doubtfire. I mean, just that I didn't see. Look, all right. I didn't see the trailer for that and go, oh my god, I got to get to the movie just to see this. That was a family movie.
and you're not a family man.
Well, not when did that come out? When
I
did
don't
Mrs.
know. I'm not Wikipedia and I'm not Google.
Yeah, you got him right there. All right, here we go. Which movie are we looking for? Mrs. Doubtfire release date 1993. I was married and already had a kid, and Frank was only
I
maybe
had 3
Frankie was
children.
93. Frank was he was born. He was 2, so there would be no reason for me to go see that movie. And Patch Adams, it was a good movie. I mean, I get the storyline, the Patch. I just didn't feel like I thought he was. All right, here we go. I want to
Good Will Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
What
All right,
dreams
whatever.
may come.
Dreams may come. Oh, I wasn't. I just he didn't to me
The
say
Birdcage.
to me he didn't say actor. I all right. I put Robin Williams. All right, I'm going to piss off a lot of people right here right now. I put Robin Williams in the same slot with Stallone and fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You can eat a
Look
dick.
at Jake laughed. Jake laughed. Jake said, "That's it. I'm done. This show is over."
Peace out.
I just
Wow.
I felt that he was a better comedian than he was an actor. How's that?
Phenomenal comedian.
Yeah. I mean, he was just, and I think the movies held that back. And I'm sure that he ad-libbed a lot of scenes in his movies, but I think
absolutely.
when he was on stage or he was being interviewed by whatever one of the nighttime talk show hosts, I mean, he was that. I felt sorry for the nighttime show host, whoever show he was on, because that guy didn't get a word in edgewise. Because Robin Williams, he was go from the moment he came through the curtains and sat down. He was just bam, bam, joke after joke after joke, and he just lit up. He just lit it up for 15 minutes and said, "All right, guys, see you next time."
With it. He was quick with it. He was a phenomenal actor. And okay, you need to shut up. You may show respect for the deceased.
No. He admitted it. That's what
Okay, but still, we are not talking ill about Robin Williams.
I'm not talking ill. You're not talking ill.
Keep it moving, sir. What are the topics?
I just didn't think he was a good actor. I didn't think he was a good actor. He had
suck.
energy. He had energy. All right.
You suck. Let's get on with the show.
Hold on, Jennifer. You're gonna get one right now. Hold on. Where are
Eat a stick.
I don't have that one.
Try this on your friend's.
I'm not trying that on me. You hear that? That's the fans. They're upset at you, Jennifer.
They can eat shit too.
All right. Well, let's see. Where do we want to start? Where do we start? Should we start with let's do the medical one, or do you guys want to do the blah 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 that one?
Blah 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 blah. What?
All right. Should medical conditions be discussed, or should you discuss openly what you desire in a partner, expectations, needs, what actions or whatever, and
whatever.
I'm trying. It's hard to see it. It's real small. And actually, let's get the poll out of the way. I wanted to do this poll. I did this poll. We'll do that first, and we'll jump into the others because this is just real quick.
We know you want to do the poll, Johnny.
I do the poll. Hey, I make good money when I'm on the poll. Hold on, let me make sure I have the. There we are. And I used the Gen X page because I figured the poll question was based on my generation, Jennifer's generation as well. And I asked I said, this poll is for those of us who had to start dating again as Gen X. And what has your experience been like with all the tech and websites? That was the poll. Mm-hmm. And let me share that poll with you guys. And I like using that page because I get a lot of people to contribute to that poll. So
Well, they have a larger
they have a larger
community.
Yeah, way larger. Let me get rid of that podcast is rated R because it's not really rated R. Jennifer just cusses a lot, but I had my finger on the button today to make sure Jennifer's a good girl today.
No, don't you censor me. This is an adult show.
I'm gonna censor you. I'm
Okay, bye.
I'm Tipper Gore.
Get your fucking finger off that button,
Get
John.
your finger
Yes.
Overwhelmed. How many? 2% were overwhelmed. It says great and positive, 16%.
I don't know what the hell they're on.
Yeah. Don't use them. Stick to the old ways of meeting people was 24%. And in 50-50, it's a gamble. Basically, that's what it is. We talked about it before. It truly is a gamble. I mean, you're taking a chance that, they use the right words. They say the right things before you meet them. And, let's be honest, even you go back to all the way back to high school, your first date in high school, it was a fucking gamble. Am I right? Was it not a gamble? It was a gamble.
In high school, remember, Johnny, I'm not your.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, your basic high school date or your relationship, it was a gamble. You were gambling. You were trying to, make it.
Maybe
You had no idea.
I was married at
15.
You
were married, but
so yeah, these questions.
Yeah. But let's stick to the topic here. We'll talk about that in another show. We'll have a
in
Jen
this
only.
day and age, dating is interesting. I'm on multiple apps with regards to dating, and I can tell you that not every app is created equally. It is a gamble. You never know what you're gonna fucking get,
Right,
as
yeah.
Forrest Gump says. It's like a
Yeah,
box of chocolates.
Yeah. The
You
fucking
can have
chocolates have been open and you half
this
eaten.
this person over here is psycho, and this
Like,
person over here has mommy issues.
that's
This
what it
person
is.
over here is a stalker. This person.
Hey, I'm opening that box and the chocolates are not gone. They're half eaten.
They're melted.
They're half eaten. There's a one bite taken out of every single one of them.
Sometimes it has laxatives. Yeah, it's shitty.
How about you, Jake? If you were to describe your dating life to a box of chocolates,
Empty.
He's like empty.
I'm just loving these comparators. This is amazing right now.
Are they at least leaving the little paper things in there for you?
Doily, the chocolate
You get to look up,
doily.
lick the crumbs off the wrapper. That's all I get.
Hey, there's a saying for that. There's nothing bad about sloppy seconds.
Ew. So you
There is
ew.
plenty of things.
Okay, they call those. What do they call them? There's a word.
Second
for it.
chances.
No. Cream pies or some shit like that. That people go in.
Cream pies.
I forgot what they say, but there is a specific category of people who quite enjoy sloppy seconds. Immediately after the fact.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah. Oh, there's a fetish for everything. We one of these days we're really gonna do a 2-hour special just on fetishes. I think we could probably go 24-hour show.
You're gonna get the list and we can discuss them.
Yeah,
and be disgusted by some of them.
Well, we went through a couple of them one night.
Have.
I think we went through a couple, but we really didn't even touch the iceberg or whatever that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to touch nothing right now.
that list can get pretty weird. Not that the ones we were talking about weren't weird. There were some bug ones in there.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
What the
remember?
Hell?
Yeah.
Look at his face. He's like, "What? Excuse me."
Yeah, I can't get off unless there's at least a couple cockroaches on your stomach.
Yeah,
not me, guys. Relax.
Thanks for sharing.
But that was one of them. Remember?
I know.
Insects. They needed to have insects while they were having sex. Insect sex. Say that 7 times.
I'm good, but thanks. I like the good old fashioned hunka chunka.
I like the good old fashioned way.
They call it the Hispanic excursion. What? Sloppy jalopies. Okay.
Sloppy jalopies.
All right.
The Hispanic. Well, oh, no, no, no. You almost got me to say it.
I said it. You
You
didn't
did.
even hear it.
In your face, sucker!
Okay, but yes, yeah, it's dating the dating world and apps. I mean, for
Yeah,
me, it's going to be different than for you. My card's
yeah,
always full. I always
yeah.
have people reaching out to me, some very interesting
Well,
offers.
yeah, I'll tell you why I deleted mine because and I didn't lie on it. I used a current photo. I was all up to date with everything in my life at that time, and I just got inundated by not actual dates. It was just
You got hit with bots.
bots. I got hit with bots over and over and over and over again. And then unfortunately, I there were some actual women in there that got kind of lost in the app that I didn't see because I was constantly fucking delete, delete,
And you were
delete,
checking
delete.
out the bots because they usually have
No,
hot
no,
pictures, and you're like,
no.
oh,
I knew
maybe this.
I know
Ooh.
automatically. I look at it this way, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just me, but I feel like if someone's truly looking for somebody and they're using this dating, and they're using one of these apps, I think they're really thinking about the type of picture that they want to use, right? And I
Hmm.
believe if they're actually looking for a legitimate relationship, they're not going to use a picture of them in a bikini sitting on a motorcycle. I am I wrong? Am I
You're right
wrong there?
about that.
Yeah.
But I have to say, in all honesty, Facebook's dating app,
Uh,
you'll probably get more real people.
yeah, no, yeah, no. That's why I just deleted them all. I canceled them all. I was
Gotta
just
take
like,
some notes again. One
yeah,
second.
take the notes, Jake. I mean, when you're looking at those pictures, I mean, honest to God, I mean, that's something. And for me, being that love photography, that's how I look at it. When I would take pictures of people, they would want to look at those photos. Well, they're looking for that photo that makes them look the best, right? So that's the photo that they want to use to represent them. So that would be the
Actually,
type of photo,
no.
right? Yeah,
Not
that's the
me. I
well,
put up photos with no
yeah.
fucking makeup on. I don't give a
Well, that's
shit.
fine. That's fine, but you're being true to yourself, and you're not in it to hook up. You're in it
Who
you're looking for.
says?
I
No,
say,
no. I've
no,
had my moments. Not
yeah,
every date's a date for
right,
forever.
right. I'm sure. Maybe you have, the one you change your profile picture depending on that mood for that week.
Well, no, I update my profile picture so that it's realistic and people
Yeah,
are not,
yeah,
I'm not trying to put
yeah,
pictures of me 2, 3, 4 years ago.
yeah,
I'm trying to be honest and,
yeah.
straightforward. And in all honesty, if it's, I could go on there looking like I haven't slept for 48 fucking hours and I'd still have
You still get a hit.
people
Yeah,
come, you're so beautiful. What the fuck are you looking at? But,
you're so beautiful.
He's so
Got a purdy.
gorgeous. Oh
you
my
you
goodness.
got that
You look
one.
like
You
my
got a
next
pretty mouth.
ex-wife. Fuck off.
Yeah. No, that's how I look at it though. When I was looking through profile pictures, that's what I would look for. I would look for that person that's actually putting a picture there that to me shows that this is something they're trying to find somebody. They're looking for a relationship. So when I do see pictures of, you know, half naked laying on the bed or bikini and on a bike, I know that what their intentions are and that's how the bots figure it. Look, think about it. The bots know that. These computer guys, they know that. These hackers understand how men work. So, having the woman in a three-piece suit sitting at Starbucks having a cup of coffee isn't going to attract as many guys as the chick in a bikini sitting on a bike. That's how it works. It's sad, but that's how it works. That's how we're programmed, right, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, yeah, yeah. Jake is picturing the girl in the bikini on the motorcycle right
Well, the
now.
thing is
Give him a
that
minute. Give him a minute.
sex sells.
Rum,
Sex
rum,
appeal does
rum.
sell. Men are very visual
Yeah.
creatures.
Visual
So
cue.
you have,
Yeah.
being depending on your age and depending on who you are, your
Yeah.
self-esteem, things of that nature, in all honesty, a woman that is showing a little bit of cleavage and showing like boobies in the picture and
Yeah.
everything, she's gonna get a little bit
I want to
more.
find that out.
she's gonna get a little bit more.
But it's too late.
We have to do a visual poll on Facebook for that one, I think.
How many
Because
times?
remember, I bat for both teams, so I get to see
Yeah,
both.
so you're not fair. You're not fair. That would be a good poll,
You
though,
know what?
Jake.
You're not fair. Fuck you. It's the way I was born. It's not fair. It's not
It's not
my
fair.
fault that you don't like both teams. Why
It's
don't you
not.
try to
It's
explore?
not. No, I ain't exploring that. No, that's a hard no for me and Jake.
Take
I
your
like
word for it.
as Jerry
Hard.
Seinfeld says. As Jerry Seinfeld, I play for my team.
Yeah. So you're the men. So
Yeah, I'm sticking to my team.
you go ahead and do that.
Nah. All right, let's get into our. Let's get in. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what Jerry. The episode of Seinfeld.
Not that there's anything wrong
Not
with
that there's
it,
anything wrong with it.
and there's not.
There's not. Should medical conditions be discussed immediately when starting to date someone? I asked Hope, and I was shocked to hear. I wanted to hear from my daughter, younger. I wanted to hear it. And she's like hard ass. And I think with her response, I think has a lot to do with her mom, what she went through and everything like that, and seeing, so I was really surprised to hear her response, and she was a hard yes. She goes, I want to know everything.
Absolutely.
I want to know if you have
Absolutely. I
cancer.
agree.
I want to know everything.
I want to know everything. I want to know if you have erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I don't know. Do they have a card for that, Jen?
You know
Do they have a
what?
card
No,
for that?
I want to know.
whipping
I want to
them out.
know because I'm dating out here. I am a woman in my prime, and that is a requirement.
Right.
I
But
want to
are
know.
you all right? But are you going to be offended because he needs to take a pill? Do you feel
Oh,
that he?
no.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to, you know what? As long as you're doing something about it and I'm not going to kill you,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. All right. That's fair.
You know?
I'm not going to kill you. If you have a heart attack, I need to know that you're taking Viagra.
Yeah, how's your ticker? Are you taking
All right.
medications that quite possibly could kill you should you get a little too excited,
Hey, Jake, the guy that lies, that's walking around with a 6-hour heart on. I swear to God, he'll take the pill. I swear to God.
I don't know what happened.
Is that you remember, even though I'm gonna be 50,
Yeah.
so people don't realize
Yeah.
I'm older.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Yeah.
meeting guys
You're gonna
close
meet
to
guys.
my age,
Yeah.
and I can tell you that this has been a problem.
Yeah. Can we just cuddle?
No. No.
Jake.
No.
Netflix time.
Can we just cuddle?
No.
Can we just
No.
cuddle?
We're getting some chicken and dicking. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing. No.
She's looking for Tarzan. All right.
No, I'm not looking for Tarzan. I'm looking for somebody who can.
She's swinging both. She's looking for Tarzan and
And
Jane.
Jane.
Usually you pay extra for that, don't you?
You gotta pay extra. Yeah, I was really surprised to hear that from her. And being at her age, she's not 30 yet, so to hear that at her age is kind of like, okay, maybe it has a lot to do with her, growing up and with her childhood and dealing with a lot of sickness and stuff for her to make that decision, and saying, do I really, and she was really good about what she said. She's like, look, Dad, I don't want to get all of a sudden, I get involved with this person and I fall in love with him, and then he's been holding back and not telling me that he has cancer or he has this some sort of a disease that may end his life at any moment, and that's you got to take that other person.
And the thing is that anything can happen
Yeah.
as you grow. But I want to know right now what's going on. What is your, what's your situation? I want to know, do you, STDs? Do you have any STDs? That is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Do I want to know these things. I want to know what I am walking into, because at this point in my life and my dating intentions is to date someone to be a life mate.
Yeah.
I've been married, I've been divorced. I can be single and I can be happily single, but it's nice to have a companion.
Yep.
And I don't necessarily want a companion that I'm going to have to take care of immediately because of their medical conditions.
That's true. That is
And
true.
I'm not being an asshole.
Nope,
I'm
not at
being
all.
real.
You're being real.
And I'm healthy. I take
Yeah.
pride in my health. I work out. I eat
Yeah.
healthy. These are things that are important to me. So I
Yeah.
want them to be important to my potential significant other
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, you get to a certain age where you get to that point where it's like, do I really want to be this person's? You're not when someone's that sick and they're going to start getting ill and it's going to get worse. You don't become the partner anymore. You become like a parent to that person.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be anybody
Yeah.
else's mama.
Right. And it's, yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are people out there, and I'm not, that are looking to, they're fine with that. And we're not saying not to do this. This is up to you. This is your decision.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that feels like you can deal with that, then jump into the relationship. How about you, Jake? What are your thoughts on that question?
As someone with a medical condition, I say yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Diabetic, so if we're
Well,
at
yeah,
dinner, I gotta be like, nope, I'm gonna pass on the cake.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Let me
I
tell you a
mean,
little story.
yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
and the reasons you're saying too, like the biggest thing that I always think of is anybody that dates me, if we got into a relationship, there's
Yeah.
3,000 extra things instantly that person is going to have to think about at all times.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a condition where it's every Monday something happens. It's
Yeah.
literally every second of every day.
It's just spontaneous. Yeah, it can happen at any given time with you. And I
Exactly.
think you would want to have, I think in your case, you do want that person to know that, hey, you may need to do this.
100%.
Yeah.
If we're getting busy and I start flopping around,
Yeah.
she's got to know.
Orange juice.
Stop trying to put cookies in my mouth.
Why are you sweating so much? Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah. Why are you putting cookies in my mouth?
So yeah, I
Yeah.
100% I'm on board with it.
Yeah. I think in that situation, I think with something that you're dealing with, that like you're saying, that's a spontaneous thing that can happen at any given time. And yeah, it would be wise to let whoever you're with say, hey, if you see me all of a sudden just kind of black out, or I just, I fall down.
Punch me. No,
Yeah.
no.
Don't try to take my wallet. Don't try
Flick
to
the
take my
sack. I'll
wallet.
wake up. Flick the
Yeah.
sack.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't try to take my wallet and my car keys. I'll find you. But yeah,
I'll find you. Good luck. You
if
probably
you
don't even
don't
know who they
mind,
really are, John.
if you don't mind, there's this thing in my pocket. You need to take it.
If you hear this beeping sound,
Yeah.
make sure.
The low blood sugar alert. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm totally on board with it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing. I mean, you get to the point where it's already hard enough to date and try, and you don't, at the beginning, it's something you really don't want to get all your, let's just call it what it is, all your luggage out there at once. But I think,
No.
well,
Unpack,
hold on,
bitch.
Jennifer, let
Unpack.
me finish talking. You got to let people finish talking. When you let it all out like that, I think sometimes it could be good in a relationship, because I think you got it all out right there and then there in the beginning, whether it's your relationship with other people, whether you have some sort of medical condition, or whatever, your family, all that stuff. I
Oh,
mean,
yes.
if Jake's never been married, Jennifer's been married, I've been married, all that stuff.
Congratulations. Good
Yeah.
job, Jake.
Yeah,
Hey, thank you.
all
I
that,
tried.
whether you like it, they always say it's always, money is always the root of all evil in marriages. It's not. It's just like one part of it. I mean, money is one of it, but your family, medical, there's all these things that add up. And I think now, like when you're starting to try to start another relationship, you already have all this baggage with you, and I know it's not going to happen. I know people aren't going to just sit there and just say, okay, on that first coffee date at Starbucks, and all of a sudden you're just both, that's just a lot of info. I mean, you know what I mean? You're going through your shit. She's going through, dude, there's not enough coffee and napkins in there to wipe tears off your face. So it'd be tough. It'd be tough to take that all in though. Right, Jen? I mean,
Well,
all at once.
I actually, you know what? I hit the ground running with the questions. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know
Yeah.
what, why your recent attempts at a relationship didn't work.
Yeah.
I want to know what, what was good in your relationships.
Yeah.
What I ask these questions, but I work in communications. I work
Yeah.
my it's what I do.
Yeah, but you gotta eventually kind of go ahead, Jake.
I have a follow-up on that then. Should it be more you asking the questions, or should I be pouring my heart out and saying, I have this, and this? Or should it
Either or.
would it be less creepy if someone's engaged in the conversation and asking about it? Like if I just sat here and said, just making up, I'm a felon, I do this, I do
He
that.
adds just making it up.
It's nice meeting you. Bye.
Exactly, right? Like that's kind of creepy. But if you were like, has this ever happened? Do you have this? Is it more easier to get into then?
I think that once you start considering someone for a potential mate, usually usually the first beginning of conversation is flirtatious and what kind of music you like, what movies, blah 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 blah. But if your intentions is to be in a relationship, you're trying to find a mate. You're not just, in dating, some people date casualties. Yes, there's many casualties.
Speaking of which, I
A
did
lot
a
of
casualty. I'm a
A lot of
felon.
casualties in my relationship.
Casually, and some people like they'll put on their
Yeah.
their profiles, which I appreciate, and I automatically hit left. Looking for something casual, friends with benefits, blah blah blah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool for other people. And if I was in that particular stage of my life, I might
Yeah.
entertain
We were
you, but
30
I'm not
years
there.
younger. If we were 30
I'm
years
not
younger.
there. No, there's some people that are our age and
I
older that
know,
are
I
like,
know.
no strings attached, just want to have a good time. And it's like, okay, good for you. I'm
Don't
happy for you.
don't even need to know your last name.
Yeah, don't even need to know your first name. But
Your first name. I'm calling you whatever the hell I want to call you tonight.
you're gonna be. I'm not
Get
gonna
in there,
make up a
Bubba.
name because then somebody will be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, you also have to take into consideration, you have to have that feeling too that okay, this can go somewhere before you open up all this. Because I think you kind of have I mean, wouldn't you think so? I mean, you would have to be able to say, yeah, you know what? I think this could go somewhere, and in that first date, that's hard. But before you open, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard. I don't know if I want all. I don't know if I want to take. Let's put it. I don't know if I want to take all my luggage in right at the start because I think I she'd be like, check, please.
Well, the thing is that if the intention is because I can say that for me,
Yeah.
if I'm going to go out on a date with you, I've read your profile, I've communicated with you for a little while via
Yeah.
text or whatever the case may be. I meet you, I'm going to want to know whether or not I'm going to have to be, at doctor's office with you or at the hospital with you
Yeah.
or helping you with treatments or
Mm.
things of that nature. Or, whether or not there's going to be a need for additional protection sexually because of something that you may have acquired, not because you were necessarily, negligent yourself. Shit happens.
Yeah.
I want to know these things because I don't want to, and I'm not, it sounds cold, but I don't want to invest a lot of my time in
Right.
somebody, who has an ongoing STD that could
Yeah.
quite possibly kill you,
Yeah.
or that could, erupt with some wonderful little things that can make things
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So I'm not trying to be a dick because I know that everybody has their journey
Yeah.
and everybody's been through things, but me, at this point in my life, should I have something like that because of how negligent I've been? Yeah. Do I not? No.
Jennifer's like, I don't want to be a chapter in your book.
No, I'm good, but thank you. You could be a great person.
Yeah, I could see Jennifer. Why are you bringing a defibrillator to the bedroom for?
I know how. I've been trained in
What
CPR.
are we
I
doing
know
with
how to
that?
use an EpiPen. I know how to use. I can do all of that. I just don't want that. I don't want to have to do that in my relationship.
That brings up a good point too, because part of it to me it's self-preservation too, right? Like I want this person to know what's up with me, so that
yeah, that's true.
And then it's also to go with what Jan was just saying too, the time thing. If you're gonna not want to be with me because of my medical condition,
Yeah.
Let's find out now instead
Yes.
Move
of a
on.
month down the road.
Let's
Why?
not invest a bunch of time in it and then feelings get hurt and you get attached. And
Yes.
it's like, and then they say, well, I really wasn't,
Can you imagine having to have a resume just to have a date? Just you could just bring in the
that's what
resume.
profiles
should.
are.
Here you
We
go.
should.
Yes. How many
Here.
times have you gone to jail?
I can see
was your
see
last-
everybody at Starbucks just and then people walking in like there's a lot of people in here writing manuscripts right now, just 4-page resume or you're dating your life experiences and all your illnesses and your emergency contact numbers on the bottom of it.
Social security numbers, mother's maiden name, all that fun stuff.
No, I want your panel results from the fucking doctor. I want to see what your cholesterol levels are. I want
your
to
blood
see.
type.
Yes, because I might need a kidney, bitch. But
That's where it's gonna go. That makes it easier for the black market out there. For you got a resume? Let me see. Oh, yep, she's so positive. She's
no. You only not. It's when you're
This kidney might work.
considering somebody after I give blood. Yes, after you give blood, I want the fucking panel.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's already difficult. I mean, let alone just dating is difficult. But then trying to move a relationship forward and trying to make sure that both parties are happy with what your baggage is, and you're trying to be happy with whatever baggage she has. It's hard. So just, I don't know. Just, I just think it's a little too much at once. Maybe the medical stuff. Yeah. But I don't think I don't think you need to go into the family thing and the money and all that.
That stuff's later. But the medical stuff first, you need to be able to make you need to be able to make a decision. I'm reading the comments.
That's how you
pick the downers. You need to be able to determine whether or not you're willing to invest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like Jake says, if I had something that I felt that I'm going to need care for, I think that other person deserves to know. Just like insurance companies, they want to know what your pre-existing clauses, your pre-existing.
Do you have any pre-existing conditions?
Yeah, they want to know what they are. They want to make sure.
So you do want the arrest record and how many times this has
I don't
happened?
I think you should.
Yes, I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I robbed the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I'm not even going to go there. I actually had somebody whose brother actually did one of those things when we were trying to go out on a date, and I was like, block. Bye-bye.
Tried to rob a KFC?
He went into I think it might have been a KFC. Recipe. He went into a fucking restaurant and he told them that he was gonna rob them or some shit. They called the cops. And he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's the guy. This was his brother. And I was like, and they lived together. And I was like, no.
Oh my gosh.
No. That was a very easy no second date.
He still had the money in his pocket.
No defibrillator needed that night.
I robbed the store. I robbed the KFC just for this date. And he's at another KFC.
It was a family member. I want to make, to me. And then he's like, well, he's kind of 5150. I was like, bye.
Yeah. I got plenty of those in my life. I just think maybe the medical stuff, but I think that's where it's just too much. If you were just to throw all your cards on the table at once, I think
Johnny's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to pretend like I'm perfect, but I've got things down, in the back burner that that's stuff maybe that you don't need to know until maybe Jesus, Jen drinking right out of the bottle, man. Yeah, I think too much information is a little too, can be truly too much. But yeah, I think you're okay if you just throw out that, hey, this looks like this is work. I don't think you do it right off the bat. I think you wait a little bit into the conversation because you should have that feeling. If you have that feeling and you can see that she does as well or he, and that you kind of, this could work. Then I think I don't think you just go jump in. Hey, John, here's my shit. I think that's just too much.
Here's the stool sample.
unless you just really want to get it over with, and see if she was, how how many girls are going to stick around after you throw all that out at once? But I think you still need to, sit down, talk a little bit, see where it's going, get that feeling that you should have. And if you have that feeling, then yeah, hey, listen, look, I have this problem, and go through it, and then just, then you can kind of, hey, you wasted 15 minutes, big deal. So, hey, if she looks at you and says, hey, you know what, I'm at a point in my life, I can't deal with this shit, then hey, finish your cup of coffee and go on your way, But yeah,
Again, it's the
yeah,
intention. What
yeah,
is your intention of dating?
yeah,
Are you dating just to get, are you
right,
dating to find a life partner? I'm dating
yeah,
to find a life partner.
right.
I
But you
want to
still need to
know.
have that connection before you go into all that, right? You have to have that feeling.
Actually,
Yeah,
no. You know what?
no.
I don't want to even build the connection if there are medical
Here's my
conditions that
shit.
no, I want to
Line them
know.
up. You, and you.
I
Yeah,
want to know. And
yeah,
mind you, I'm getting like I decline more than I accept.
yeah,
And but still, I don't, you know, no. Some things are just no. And
yeah.
I would much prefer to
I don't think
know
I
that
could go up front.
no in the
I don't want
beginning.
someone that I didn't feel like had a connection with out there telling stories about me. See what I'm saying?
What's the story? They didn't want to be with me because what?
I was
Because
on.
I
Yeah, I
had
mean, they're going to talk whether
people can talk
yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, but I still would rather. I feel, for me, that I feel like, yeah, I am going out on a date. I'm on these apps to find a relationship. I'm not looking for the hookup, but I still feel like before I go into all my baggage, I feel like I need to have that connection, that where I think, hey, I can see this being possible. Otherwise, why even invest? Why even invest that 15 minutes of explaining your conditions to her if you feel like that's not going to go anywhere? Why even go through that, Jen? That's
But
what I'm saying.
if you have conditions that may require special care, it's good for, especially if it's already been determined
But did you hear what I
that
said at the end, though?
what?
Why even go into all that if you feel like that connection's not there in the first place?
Then why are you on the date?
Exactly. Then why would you go? Why would you even go through all that? You went on the date. You're gambling. It's a 50-50 gamble when you get there in the first place. But to get there and then just to open all up like that, and then find out that you really didn't even have an opportunity, that you didn't even have that connection in the first place from talking to her. I feel like, hey, sit down. My name is John, blah, blah, go through that chitter chatter for 15 minutes back and forth, then go into it, because now I can say, all right, she looks
Well,
like she's a decent person. I think this could possibly work. Let me go into this now. If it doesn't work, I've only wasted 15 minutes of my life and a
there you
couple
go.
bucks, and move on. But I
That
think
and
just bam, right at
oh,
the
no, no,
end.
no. I don't say, "Hi, I'm Jen. Do you have any
I got
diseases?" No.
herpes. This is a fake leg.
Actually, you know, I'd be like, "Show me.
Yeah, I got a fetish for
Is it
fake legs.
hollow? Can we put snacks in
Yeah,
it?"
can
Go to
it
the
hold a
movies after,
beer?
right?
For the
Can it
movies,
hold a
yeah.
beer? Can it hold a beer? Can we sneak things in the movies in it?
Exactly. There's gotta be some type of
Yeah,
A
I
little
don't know.
give and take, right? It's
Oh, give
compromise
it
in the
a take.
relationship.
Yeah.
yes.
What can you put in your pants, asshole? We're sneaking shit into the coffee, yeah. Uh, yeah, I think we're all kind of in agreement there. Like I said,
Very fair.
it's just, yeah. I think it's important to get that kind of stuff out there, especially, I mean, more so for me and Jen at our age. I mean, we're at that age
At
where,
any
yeah,
age.
well, yeah,
Even
at
when you're
any age,
younger. Could
I
you
think it's a
imagine?
little more than for them. I think they're a little more healthier than we are at their
Not
age, where
necessarily. A
they
lot
don't
of the
have
younger people are
they don't
having
have
issues.
certain situations in their lives that we are going to run into as we get older. That's what I'm saying. We may have conditions now that may seem like they're not a big deal, but may be a big deal a year down the road or 2 years down the road. Those types of things. At our age, things start to break down, Jennifer. At Jake's
Maybe
age,
a little bit.
they still got flexibility. I mean, Jake could fall from 5 feet and not hurt himself. I could fall from 5 feet and be clinically fucking dead. So I
My
can. Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
My body killed my pancreas.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
That's the
Yeah.
one thing. That's the one thing I always think of though too. Is like, so when I was younger, I got rejected a lot more because it was the whole somebody at 25 is now having to, 50 years of this they might have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's kind of, for me, it's my life. I got to deal with it. It's
Yeah.
that or die. So it's like, to me, it's second nature.
Huh?
I found out 19 years old is when I found out.
When you found out, yeah.
Yep. So it was almost tough to go up to people and be like, hey, we're in our young years of life, and now you're going to have to grow up.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah. I can go hiking with you, but see this thing right here?
That backpack is filled with snacks. Lots of gummy bears.
This fucker starts beeping.
Yeah.
We're sitting down. I ain't saving you from the bear. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah. If the bear's coming.
Just throw gummy bears at the bear.
And she's thinking the whole time, I'm just going to throw him in front of the bear and keep running.
He'll taste sweet, I bet.
Bait! No.
It's sweet. He's going to taste sweet. The bear's
It's
like,
sugar smell.
His blood is good.
Yeah. Call me poo right now. I mean that honey.
I can see the bears looking at your driver's license. Oh, Jake tastes good.
How do I get more of them? Bring
Where's
them
he
up.
live again? Where's he live again? We need to go to fucking, where are you? South Dakota.
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
He's like the other one, John.
It's one of those Dakotas. It's two state or two parts of the two states that I've never been to, which is kind of odd. But as a truck driver, I don't think anything ever went into those two states when I was doing long haul. I don't ever remember going to those two states ever. Never picking up or dropping off anything there. And I've been up way up north and all the way up south, and I've never been to North Dakota or South Dakota ever. I just kind of like drove around it. It's like the Dakotas, go around, go down and under. If you need to get to place. You need to get from Washington to Michigan, just go around it. Go back down and then around.
It's crazy if you went that route that you never did. Yeah.
Yeah, I never went to either one of those two states, and I don't think I can remember any product I've ever had to pick up or take into that state. So, and I did, move. I did a moving company for a couple of years, and then is some other stuff that freight, but never went into that. So you guys don't produce anything.
Oh yeah, we're food and
grains, right?
Greens and agriculture.
Yeah.
John Deere, Case,
it's like
they
we
all
produce
have
people.
We produce good country folk.
Yeah. Do you produce food, Jake, in that statement? Yes, they're called people.
Bears like them.
Bears love them. They're so sweet over there.
Special blend. Herbs and spices.
Yeah. So,
like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What do you think about, Jennifer? What do you think about then just putting that all right there on your profile?
I don't have any medical conditions that I have to disclose.
No, I'm not saying you.
Are you sure?
Are you sure, Jennifer? Hold on.
I am very positive. No coochie cooties, no diabetes, no high
I don't
cholesterol,
have any either.
no
I don't have any.
I've
been pretty good. I always wear a hat.
Good for you. That's a good thing. You should at
like
your
the ramp,
age.
huh?
Yeah. Hey, I have some that are blue.
Tastes like
Those are called balls.
No, they're not balls. No balls. Broken bones here. Yeah, no broken bones. I mean, we're not talking about like broken.
No, broken bones when they heal, they heal back strong.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, even now that I think about it, I think I've even seen like one or more than one, a couple, like people say recovering from cancer or I've seen them written on some of the profiles. I remember back in the day, people would write on there, recovered cancer, no chemo, blah blah blah, or something like that on their profiles.
I've seen that on a few profiles for
Yeah,
men, like,
yeah.
cancer
Cancer
survivor
survivor. Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that, which, you know what, by all means, I applaud
yeah.
you, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
But my experience with seeing people who unfortunately have had to deal with that,
Yeah,
relapses do happen.
yeah,
And it's unfortunate, and I don't want to see that happen. And again, it's not about being selfish. I
yeah,
know, if I'm with somebody in the long run and that shit happens, that's a different
yeah.
story. But
That's different.
if I have the information up front and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Nope.
do I really want to go, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
And I think that people should have that opportunity.
Good shit. I was looking for that one. I wasn't looking for the. I pushed the wrong. I
Like,
pushed the
fuck
wrong
you
one.
and your booze. I don't
No,
give
I
a
pushed the
shit.
wrong one.
No.
I forget. I have to be really soft when I slide it.
Soft when you slide it. Okay, ladies, listen to this.
Access
Taking
denied.
notes again.
Oh, here I found Jennifer's censor button. Go ahead, Jennifer. Say something.
Fuck you.
Did I get it in time? It was too slow. The censor button does not work for Jennifer. You son of a
bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, fill out your profiles, put it all on there. STDs, herpes, whatever you got. Fucking
Whatever
gout.
you got.
Gout. If you got gout, smelly feet. You got a
Oh,
smelly
hell
feet.
yes. I want to know if your feet are funky.
Why won't he take his shoes off when he comes over? He went to bed and had sex with me with his shoes on.
Yeah, no, that's no. It wouldn't even happen. No.
Is that me or is that you?
What do you mean I can't take my shoes off? What if he tells you I need it for grip?
I don't give a fuck.
We're in football cleats.
Yeah. He goes down there and he pumps them up. All right, you're gonna get real kinky. I'm gonna pump up my Reeboks here.
He's got the rollers. No.
Oh my gosh. That'd be some talent.
Just come rolling in there. Hey, I seen those kids. I seen what is that the other day? No, the other day, Jesus Christ, John. This was years and years ago. But yeah, this kid just rolled down the whole fucking supermarket aisle. I was like, well, that was impressive. I thought to myself, why don't old people have this? And then I thought again, oh yeah, that's right. We fall.
You will fuck yourself up.
We fall and break things. Yeah. I thought those were neat when they first came out. So get that out there. Get your card. I think we should have maybe we should invent the card, Jennifer. What do you think? It can go with part of our video dating service, and just your video, your dating card with all your or just a fucking barcode. Everybody comes. I'm giving out $1 million secrets. Everybody comes to our website, gets their own barcode. And then that person can take that
because
barcode.
people will think it's a sign of the devil. Stop it.
No.
QR code.
QR code. Barcode. Yeah, a QR code.
We all have one on our arm. Scan that bitch.
Oh my gosh. That's some other discussion we're not
that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. Yeah, no. And then they can just they can just take or they could do the phone tap thing. We'll have an app where they just tap their diseases to each other.
Herpes.
Damn. And then
we have a match.
You can set up the phone for certain alerts. So if you get a certain thing,
in all honesty, they have dating sites that are specific for some people. I do know that for one thing. Yes. Yeah. And again, it just has to do and yes, these things need to be disclosed because in all honesty, I don't. Again, I'm not discriminating against anybody. Shit happens.
What happens?
I've just been fortunate enough to not have it happen to me.
He sits in front of you, Jennifer, at the coffee place, and he goes, I have no illnesses. The only thing I have is a micro penis.
It's been very nice meeting you. I'm pretty sure you're a wonderful person, but I need meat in my sandwich.
Hold on, though, Jennifer. Are you not curious to see it?
No.
She's no. I don't want to see that mushroom.
No. Sometimes it's not even a mushroom. Sometimes no.
No.
And, again, you cannot It's nothing personal against the
Meat
person.
sandwich.
I know. I everybody's different.
Just
Other women,
stop. Just stop. Just save yourself, Jennifer. Here,
Where's
hold on.
that
I'll help
censor
you.
button?
I'll
Where's that
help you,
censor?
Jennifer.
no, no dinky
Jennifer-
winkies. Thank you.
Winky, winky.
Dinky winkies. No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
It's a
Dating's
motherfucker.
dating is tough. I mean, I you know, look, I can get a date anytime I want. Really, to be honest, I'm not just bragging. I can get a date anytime I want.
Ooh.
But it's like I'm at that point. I'm at that point where it's like, do I really want to go into all that? Do I really want to? And to me, Jake brought up a great thing. You said it too. I really don't want to waste anybody's time. I really don't. So, and it's just like, that's the part of me that's like, do I really want to date? No, yeah, but then do I really want to waste somebody's time? Because I know there's not going to be a relationship there. That's just the way it is. That's just, I'm at a point in my life, the situation that I'm in and what I'm having to deal with. I don't have time for another person. I don't.
Exactly.
So
You're
makes
a no strings attached kind of person right now.
Right. So, I mean, which makes dating, I believe, at my age, a little bit more difficult. So,
actually, no, it doesn't. If you know the right apps to go to.
Jen, you're thinking with a female mind. You get fucking thousands of fucking hits. I'm getting like, I don't have any, so because I don't use them. I don't use them anymore.
Wait a minute, that's an oxymoron because you just said, I can get a date whenever.
Oh, I can. I don't need a dating site. I don't need a dating site. I'm not afraid to walk up to somebody in a supermarket and introduce myself and say hello and talk to them and work out a way of getting a date. I don't have that problem. I've never had a problem talking to women. I've never had a problem at all with that. They don't scare me. To me, it's just Jenny. To me, it's just they're just another person to me. And to me, my philosophy is like, I'm not interested. No, I walk away. It's no big deal. Maybe I make a friend. Who knows? Who knows? but it's tough because I read some of the comments from the poll, and like, I met my husband. There was a lot of positive in that poll. There was a lot of people that, hey, I met my husband. We've been, unmatched. We're on 16 years of marriage. Hey, I met my husband on this app, or I met my husband online. There was a lot of positive things that were out there, but I think for every 2 or 3 positive stories, there's 10 or 15 oh my god fucking stories that are out there.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's tough, and to be honest, this is gonna sound bad, but I'm glad I'm a fucking man, because I don't think I would want to be a woman in 2022 trying to be using one of these fucking apps. I really don't, because I don't feel like, if I were a woman, I don't want to fucking open my inbox every fucking 10 seconds to see a dick pic. That's just got to be fucking like, dude, who the fuck does that, dude?
Some of them are not necessarily the prettiest things you've ever seen.
Right. Speaking for all men out there, a dick is not pretty, period.
Actually, no. You can speak for men, but I can tell you that there are some that are quite nice to look at.
Yeah, but
and there are others that are like, oh my god,
you're not looking at its
troll
looks.
hole did you crawl out of?
You're not looking at its beauty. You're looking at its thickness and length.
No.
Yeah, right.
No. You know what? You want to know the honest to God truth? I look at the aesthetics of it. There
streamline.
Just like there are beautiful vaginas, and there are vaginas that look like roast beef
they got
sandwiches.
Beat up by a
you
fucking meat mallet.
you got and everybody and you know what? To each his own. Everybody has their desires, and everybody has the category that they like.
Yeah.
So the same thing goes with, in all honesty,
your penis looks like a Bose 774.
Is that thing winking at me?
Can we paint windows on that?
I have seen some interesting things, I'll tell you that, and some are much nicer looking than others, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a Tommy Lee, Tommy Lee schlong, which my eyes just
that's
recently
a fucking elephant trunk.
assaulted.
That's an elephant trunk. Yeah, that's an elephant trunk.
Yeah, I got assaulted. I wasn't even. I knew it was out there. I did not go
They don't
looking
even
for
have
it.
they don't even have a
And
camera.
in all honesty, I wasn't expecting it from the person who posted it
It's
on
always
Facebook. And
a
I
little
go
guy.
scrolling through, and I was like, Jesus
It's
Christ.
always a little guy. It's always a little skinny bastard that weighs about 98 pounds and fucking 50
He
of
is
it's
not
dick.
little. He's very tall.
He's skinny. He's like
Yeah, he's
he's
skinny
maybe
and no ass.
110
They, you know,
pounds.
he's a tripod.
Yeah, he's 110 pounds and fucking 90 of it's dick.
Now I understand why the women
And that
fight
fucker gets
over
a heart
him.
on. He
Don't
almost has a
lie.
heart attack because there's not enough blood in the rest of his body.
He's a human skewer.
Yeah. So much for Tommy Lee. No. Yeah.
I
so,
applaud
yeah.
you, sir. I
Tommy,
applaud you.
Tommy.
I applaud you.
could
Would I
just-
go near it? No. I applaud you.
no,
I applaud
no.
you.
I'd almost fucking want to bless it or something, like throw some holy water on
Nabisco
it.
chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. God bless you, young man. God bless you.
Some body chocolate on it. Oh wait, what?
Somebody upstairs said,
Ew.
"Yeah, give it to him." Got a little longer.
Give that
Fuck-
guy. Why not?
Fuck that guy. Shorten him. He doesn't need it. Give him a brain. Give him a brain.
really
That's the guy
smart.
upstairs. He was thinking brain or cock. Which one you want? Let me think about it.
Hey, there are men who have both.
Yeah. I think that's the ones that got through the line when somebody was sleeping. They gave them both. They said, "There you go, cock and brain. Go ahead, go out to the world and do your thing. Invent the
Half
atom.
the brain, go out in the world and do your thing."
Yeah,
That's
do your
a
thing.
song lyric.
Yeah." You can see the scientist. He's just working on something and he just throws that fucker up there on the counter. Boom.
This is how you cure cancer.
This is how
Bam!
you cure- bam. You see this right here? You need some stem cells?
Anyone else got ideas? Because I don't right now.
I know. Oh my goodness, where are we going with this show? How do
We always segue.
Jennifer's fault getting us
It's
into
not
Tommy
my
Lee.
fault. If I only had a brain.
Yeah. That was who was the one that wanted the brain? The lion, right? No, the lion wanted
No,
courage.
the scarecrow.
The scarecrow wanted the brain.
The lion.
Well, I can
needed
understand
the
it. No,
heart.
you don't have scarecrows. Don't have penises.
Oh wait, no, the scarecrow.
Courage. Lion needed
Unless you put one on it.
Yeah, the lion was courage.
Courage. The Tin Man was heart, I believe.
A heart. He wanted a heart.
And the scarecrow was brain.
Yeah, he wanted a brain. Yeah, none of them wanted a penis though to take care of.
Because they all had it. Haven't you seen that porno? I have.
You have all three. You have three of them there. One chick. It's like the Seven Dwarfs and Snow White. You know, there's a porno for that one too.
Oh yes, there is.
There's a porno for that one too.
Jake's like, bye.
Jake's like, we're not fucking with Disney. Disney will shut us down.
Yeah.
Disney will fucking shut this show down quick.
No, there for every there is.
All of a sudden, all three of us get knocks on the doors from Disney execs. You may not speak of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That was the first, right? I think that was their first full-featured movie was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So
How the hell did we get on this topic?
Tommy Lee.
Porn. Tommy, porn, the Tin Man, brain.
The Tin Man. Oh man. Oh, because I read in the comments if I only had a brain.
If I only had a brain. Yeah. I don't mean, yeah.
The gang of dwarves.
We're talking about something. Oh, dating. Yeah, dating.
Yeah, in medical conditions.
All right, Jen, time out. I got one for you. Since we already derailed that part of the show, but which one of the three do you date? The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and what was the other fucker? The Lion.
The Lion. Okay. Let's see.
Do any of them have penises or none of them?
Oh my god.
No. That's like would you go out with a mermaid? And I'm like, no, fuck. Why would I go out with a mermaid?
Johnny's like, they'll kill me. No.
There's nothing down there. It's a fish.
I don't know. I'd go after the wizard. No.
You want the wizard? Jennifer's gonna go all the way back. I'm going to the wizard. Fuck those.
What, the old guy, huh?
Oh yeah. He has an emerald palace.
He has an emerald palace. Yeah, but hey, remember what they say about guys that with wanting to buy big things.
That doesn't mean shit, and that's so wrong.
You know, the sports cars and the big house, the big cars, small penis.
You know what?
Wow, wow.
Under certain circumstances, that could be true, but then again, it could not be true. You can't say that that is the
No.
truth for every person that has those
Yeah,
things.
it can't be, and it's impossible. But I want you to answer the question without the one you picked. I want you to pick between the three.
I don't have to pick shit.
Are you dating the
You
Tin
know
Man?
what? The thing is that if I want to, I can try out each one of them and then make a
Yeah,
decision afterwards.
I was gonna say you wouldn't pick the Tin Man because you got to constantly oil him, so he's out. You wouldn't have taken him because you constantly have the fucking oil. You could just get stuck, and you'd have to fucking sit there and oil him up. The lion, he put too many scratches on your back, so I think you would go with the scarecrow.
I might like that shit.
I knew it. I knew it.
Access denied.
Access denied. Oh man.
But then the scarecrow, there would be fucking straw everywhere. Have you ever gotten straw under your skin? It's not necessarily comfortable.
I have had sand in my ass, but
That's
I've never.
nice to know.
Pour it in there or what?
Jake.
Sitting there one day like,
You've never
sand.
been-
Why it's
Jake,
so smooth, and
I
why
don't
is
even-
it now?
I don't know why
raw?
I'm even asking this question, but Jake, you've never been on a beach nude?
No.
Oh wow. Jennifer has.
And not on a beach. I've been in a nudist colony, and I've gone to it like
Yeah.
the little resort thing, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a beach.
You didn't
It
sit in the
was- I-
sand? You didn't get no sand in your ass?
No, no.
Oh shit.
Did you just bring a towel?
You're not allowed to bring a towel to a nudist beach. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Fuck no.
There's towels there. Come on.
That's gotta hurt the taint. No.
It's gotta hurt the tank. It's gotta hurt the tank. Let's see where we're gonna go here. We're gonna jump into the next one, which is another pretty good discussion about that. This is truly a dating 101 show. Class starts at 7. All right, here
Lots
we
of
go.
good information here. That's for
Lots,
sure.
yeah. We're learning, Jake. I think you're learning a lot tonight. I know how your next date's gonna go. Bitch, what you got?
What's wrong with you?
Bring it.
She said no, guys. I don't understand.
Jake
why.
orders the appetizer ahead of time. Hold on, wait, let the appetizer get out. Now, what you got, bitch? What? No. Wait
You
a
did
minute.
what?
I don't know if I can handle that.
What with who?
Who?
Oh.
Tommy Lee.
Well, I'm fucked.
I'm fucked. Don't expect Tommy. Should you discuss openly what are your desires and partner's expectations, needs, and what actions or situations have resulted at the end of a relationship? This is tough because there's some things I kind of want to keep on a down low.
That's a loaded question too.
It is loaded. It's written by a woman, Jake.
The thing is that you should openly discuss what you desire in a partner. And a partner. And in an apartment.
I want shag
No.
carpet. I want
That's
dryer.
right, baby.
No more wine for you.
Washer and
I'm
dryer in
working
unit.
on it.
It's tough.
It was only this much.
Yeah, that's all. That's nothing. That's 2 glasses.
Mhm.
I could do 2 glasses without a problem. Unless it's
I
white
haven't
wine.
drank anything in a long time, so
Yeah.
woo!
All right, Jake, you're the youngster. All right, go ahead. You start out with this one. Let's see what Jake has to say, Jen.
Which part? Holy schnick.
Okay, you start with the first, and then
Start
you
with the
move on
first.
to the
So-
second, and then you move on.
Do you need directions for sex too?
Yes.
You start at the toes. No.
You want to come watch?
I got the app.
You might learn something.
I got the app. I got the app. I
Woo!
know where the clitoris is.
He's like, it's that thing at the top.
Mhm.
Somewhere in there. Somewhere in the roast beef
I heard
sandwich.
Johnny's
You'll find it.
advertising, ladies. Take note. No. Okay. Should you
Uh,
discuss openly what you desire in a
Let's
partner?
do the desire part first, Jake.
So I think yes and no. I mean, if the conversation is going towards that way, yes. I'm not a fan of the just jump out and be like, I want
I want
So
this. I want head every 3 times a week.
Yeah. Like,
You will
Or-
make me a sandwich.
Change my oil, every 3,000 miles. I think it gets a little extreme on that end. So, I mean, if it's getting into it and, I mean,
This
if it's-
isn't first date stuff, though. This is probably a couple weeks in, would you say?
This is
Oh.
there's interest there. You're liking the person, you're looking for a mate, you're looking for someone to share time and space with for a long period of time, if not for the rest of your life. So, what do you desire in that partner? And I don't think that that's a bad thing to discuss. Do you want someone
Not
who's
at all.
going to be, more so domestic? Or do you want somebody, who is very caring and affectionate, someone who knows how to cook? There's different attributes that you may want in a life partner. And it's important for not only you to know that, but also to identify that in a potential partner, because you don't want to change someone either.
Mhm.
Oh, I like change.
Sure you do, Johnny.
So, with that being said, Jake,
Yes, I think it is. Yes. And I think it's also important to know your strengths as a person and your weaknesses as a person so that you can figure all this out from there as well too. So I was thinking first date again. So
yeah,
but at some point, if you're gonna make this a long-term thing, you better know what you're looking for, and you better know what they're looking for as well. And if that doesn't jive, then wow.
I don't
Mhm.
have the want. I have.
Come on.
Come on.
No, let's
Come
not do that
on.
either.
Come on. Give it to me.
Do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Go ahead, Jen. I'll let you go on that.
Oh no, and what has resulted? What actions resulted in the ending of relationships for you? And that's important, in my opinion, to know about someone else. So what happened ultimately? If you were married, or you were in a long-term relationship, maybe children resulted from that relationship, maybe not, but if you're in that relationship, what ultimately ended that relationship?
I
Because
cheated on
that's
her.
well, it's not always going to be cheating.
Well, no,
That's
I'm just saying.
but sometimes, like, for example, I've heard people just they grew apart. They, it wasn't that they didn't love the person anymore, it's just that they grew apart and it was no longer there, and instead of forcing it to be there, they decided to part ways.
Either way, it's a learning experience for both of you too. I mean, that's one thing I take in life too. Everything is a learning experience, and other people do stuff that I will never do. Take you both too. I've never been married, so every time you talk about marriage and stuff, you guarantee that there's things in my head that I'm like, shit.
I got nothing.
That's not a bad thing.
Exactly.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Everything is a learning experience in life.
Yeah. Marriage is it's a haunted house. That's what it is. Don't do it, Jen.
Spooky.
Spooky, man.
I should not be on the show talking about dating if I'm never going to get married, should I?
No, it's
dating
perfect. Yeah.
Dating is dating. Dating does not require marriage, especially in this day and age. A lot of people are avoiding it altogether.
Yeah,
The
they
number
are.
one reason for divorce is marriage.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Nobody's getting married. Nobody's having kids right now. I mean, so that's
And
even
there's going to
better.
be a whole lot more of that.
So yeah, there's going to be a big boom. You watch. I don't know when. Maybe after all
Yeah,
the.
it's called the nuclear bomb.
No. I mean, with children, I think it's going to happen. If you look at the history, it always happens at certain times, and I think it's due. I think when everyone feels again comfortable again with
Oh
COVID
yeah,
being the monkeypox, you watch. We're just going to have this surge of fucking babies. Just going to
and
be
it
like,
will happen.
oh yeah, I'm surprised it didn't happen already, because to me, seeing the numbers now, it's like you're home more. You're not touching her even less. so what the fuck's going on? You're literally 10 feet from each other all day now. So and
That's
you
why.
haven't, yeah.
But I mean, don't you agree, Johnny, that, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to agree.
I
wouldn't
agree.
you want to
I'm a
know
smart gentleman.
when you're dating somebody what they desire in an apartment? An apartment. Why do I keep saying this? An
I
partner.
want wooden floors.
I want a fucking fireplace.
Yeah, I want a
Uh,
swing, a sex
and a
swing.
jacuzzi.
I
A
want a
sex
sex
yeah, a
by the
sex
fireplace.
you know what? A sex swing would be good.
Yeah, by the fireplace. So my
No,
tushy can
what's
stay
that
nice and
smell?
warm.
It smells like
No, not that
bacon.
close. Not that close. You know, close enough to keep my tushy warm.
I smell roast
What
cooking.
is that? That smells like hair.
So, I mean, it is important, in my opinion, to
Yeah, it
openly
is.
discuss what you desire in a partner.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want someone who's going to share the responsibilities? Are you going to be respectful of the fact, like, say somebody has a very physical job that they do all day? Are
Yeah.
you going to expect them to come home and share the cooking responsibilities?
Massage my
Or,
feet.
okay, we know, Johnny, that you want someone to basically serve you.
No. I'm
So,
just throwing out. I'm just throwing out. Yes,
well,
massage the feet, help with house chores, stuff like that.
there are certain these things need to be discussed, responsibilities. Like, I mean, particularly, like, for me, for example, if I'm going to be with somebody, I'm going to have certain, like, wants and desires for, like,
Really?
you're like, you better be giving up that ass 2 to 3 times a week, motherfucker.
Damn,
And you better, you know what? If there's a laundry basket, you better put
I'm
your
good
shit
for
in the
2 days.
basket and not on the floor. You're gonna be a little conscious about the things that you do.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if your
Well,
job is super manual or
yeah.
hard, I'm gonna take that into consideration and I'm gonna do things.
Right. Yeah. Just, even just it's true. Just knowing that you have a difficult job and a rough job, maybe knowing that maybe you need, some time to decompress when you come home and just to stay away from that person for not stay away, but,
But give them
yeah,
space
give them
to
the
chill
space
out
to
and
decompress
wind
and get back
down. They'll be
into
like, "Where's dinner,
family.
bitch?"
Yeah. Why is my fucking food cold? Oh, well, bitch, you're an hour late. Oh, I was fucking my secretary.
Was she hot? No.
No,
No.
but it does. I think you're right. Cause I think a lot of times, you start getting into everybody's duties. Let's call them that. Let's call them duties. Everybody has different types of jobs.
Contributions.
No. I'm talking about like your work
Oh.
duties, what you're doing at work. Everybody has a different type of job. So one person may be a salesperson. The other person may be a salesperson, but this is a salesperson for Blumenberg's and this is a Bloomberg, no, Bloomingdale's. And this may be, Kmart. The two jobs are absolutely completely different, even though they're both sales jobs, but the sales position at I can't even fucking say damn wine. Bloomingdale's is going to be a lot more, stressful and more involved than say the salesperson at fucking Kmart, where it's like, hey, where are the big wheels? Aisle 6. You got the guy that wants the $300 pair of socks and the $1,500 pair of slacks. And yeah, I just, what I'm trying to say is I'm got off track there. Blame Jennifer. But I think a lot of times as couples and
Mouth
when you start
hugs.
living with each other, I think you kind of forget, that part of their day. You know what I mean? What are they actually going through each day before they come home and taking that into considerations? Because I think a lot of times you try to one up the other. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like a lot of times. You're basically trying to, well, I did, oh, I got to work and I had to deal with it. Oh yeah, well, my boss is on, but you know what I mean? It's just, just space. Move away. Get away from each other. Get some space. Grab a fucking cold beer. Turn on the fucking game. She goes in the kitchen, makes you dinner. Stuff like that. Just kidding.
Again, it
I'm
depends
just
on
kidding,
what's
Jen.
going
I was good all the way up
Shakes
to
off.
that point.
Bye.
I don't want to be part of this. Actually, I do want to see the show that you're about to get.
No, but what I'm trying to say, I'm just kidding around, guys. But I think that a lot of times you need to take both people's job duties during the day into consideration when they come home. I think both people need a chance to decompress, and a lot of times you don't get that, especially when you have kids and you have dinner to make. You have the guy sometimes maybe has chores that he's got a honey-do list that he's got to finish doing. I mean, there's so much going on. So, like you're saying, your expectations into the relationship, a lot of times you've been through those things already. So, do you want to go through that again? No. So, I think it would be helpful to say, hey, look, these are my expectations when I get home. I had a hard day at work. I have a tough job, and I know you do too. Maybe give us each other a little bit of space. What do you need? What do I need? Kind of like, what do you need to happen when you get home from work? And what do I need to happen when I get home from work? And just kind of make it work, instead of just sitting there fighting with each other and trying to one up each other on who had the hardest fucking day, And I can't imagine how difficult that must have been in the 50s and 60s, because I feel sorry because a lot of women didn't work in the 50s and 60s, and I think they weren't appreciated for the things that they were actually doing all day. I don't think a husband realized that, he's like, oh, I'm at the office. But by the time you went to the office and came home, she fucking fed all the kids for breakfast to get them, got them dressed, got them clean, got them on the fucking bus, went to grocery shopping, got your suit fucking pressed and cleaned, picked up the other laundry, did like 10,000 things before she even got home. And then you expected her to stand at the door with a fucking martini glass. Seriously, look at every single fucking 50s and 60s TV show. Every time the husband walks in through the door, she is standing at the door waiting for him with a drink because he had the hard day. I'm kind of semi-feminist right there, huh? I take it back. I take it all back. I take it all fucking back. That's the feminist knocking on my door right now.
We got another one.
We got one. Let's sign that fucker up before he changes his mind. No. I just think, I like that. I like the fact that you should be able to express that with each other. Hey, this is what I want. Not just what happens after you get home from work, but just, hey, I like to spend some time with my buddies, maybe once a month, every third Saturday of the week, and not let her just find that out. And then having her being upset, like, hey, I called you all day. Well, me and my buddies go golfing on Saturday. I don't take my phone with me. So maybe getting all that out may help, prolong the relationship. What do you think, Jen?
I think that communication is key.
Fuck that. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Duck call. This show's gone bad.
I think that communication is required, especially if your intention is a relationship. I think that there's got to be understanding as to what responsibilities certain people would take care of. It's not going to be a free for all. There shouldn't be any guessing, with regards to things, especially at our age. We've been through some shit. We know what we want. We know what we don't want. And that is important to discuss, because then again, it's giving that person the choice. And then moving forward, as your relationship continues, if they were to be like, well, you know what, I really don't like that I have to make dinner 3 to 4 times a week. Well, motherfucker, we discussed that when we first started getting into this.
DoorDash.
So
you signed the contract.
No.
Remember this marriage certificate that you signed?
Yeah,
Read the back. Read the back.
No.
Read the back.
No marriage certificate. Understanding that certain things, everything.
Read the back.
Things can change, and that's understandable. But the fact of the matter is that you've got to be able to communicate, even when things change. You need to communicate that, because everybody has certain expectations of what they want and what they desire. But you also have to be willing to provide the wants and desires for the other person as well.
Yes.
Happy
That's my New Year's resolution. I swear to God, I'm going to make some woman happy someday. It's not. It's not happening. Oh man, I was just reading this thing. Are we done with this topic? Or is there anything else you guys want to add to it? Oh, the relationship part. I mean, how deep do you want to get into that?
I mean, what happened what was the reason your relationship didn't fucking work? Was it because
Couldn't it be
somebody
just
got arrested? You
could
know,
it be
is
one sentence fucking I mean yeah. I mean I guess whew, I just went through that Rolodex of relationships in my mind and thinking, yeah, I could. I mean, it's fine. I think I'm fine. Let's be honest. The first actual question, a lot of times that comes out when you're on dates is when was your last relationship? That question always comes up. Every first date I've ever been on, that is the first thing that's always come up. Why did how long has it been since your last relationship? I'm always asked that. I don't know if that's just a lady's thing to ask a guy, but maybe they feel like we're all dogs. But yeah, I don't know. Does it change the difference if I were to respond with 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago? Which one's a red flag?
it's not even that. It's like why didn't it work out? You're the last relationship you were
2
in. Why
hours
didn't it
ago.
work out?
2 hours. It was 2 hours ago. Jennifer's
Oh,
like, I'm out.
Dropped
Actually,
her off
no.
20 minutes ago before I
Was she
got here.
hot?
I just left her 20 minutes ago. The other Starbucks on the other side of town.
I left her 20 minutes ago and $200 poorer. So there you go.
I always answer it, honestly. When was my last relationship? But I don't think I've ever been asked why it failed. I always get asked, when was your last relationship? I never get asked why that relationship didn't, pursue. But I always get asked the question why my marriage didn't work out. Because technically we were at a stage where most marriages continue to go on. After 20 years, most people are like, "Fuck it, we're done, we're stuck." You don't just
Stuck. That sounds so
you don't just
romantic.
go, "Yeah, okay, we did 20 and move on." So that question always does come up. It's like, okay, well, you were married for 20 years. What happened there? And then I explain to them what happened there. But then they always come with the next question: when was your last relationship? And I'm always open and honest about that one too. I don't need to bullshit about that. I don't really understand what you need to lie about. I mean, unless your intentions are simple, that you're trying to get laid. But I think it's that old saying. I mean, do you really want to start a relationship on a lie? I mean, no, because it's just just going to keep building and building and building and building. But it's not worth the headache. Before then, eventually you've forgotten your fucking story. You got to go fucking back to your cabinet and get out your fucking note cards. Oh yeah, wait, I said to her in back July. Yeah, no, fuck that.
But sometimes what I mean by what ended the relationship? Was there
Yeah, yeah.
infidelity? Was there mistrust?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
just grow
yeah,
apart?
yeah.
Was there was there a bunch of bickering that you just couldn't handle anymore? Did you guys become
Do
strangers?
you still live together?
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I know
Right now, a lot
now.
of people are going through divorces and they can't afford to move out.
Yep. You live on this side of the house. I live on this side of the house. See this yellow line? Just a fucking big yellow line right down the middle of the fucking house. You
Some
stay on
people
that
do that.
side. You
Some
stay on
people
this
are
side.
petty. Some
Yeah,
people cut everything in half.
cut it in half. You stay out of my side of the kitchen, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Tape running right down the middle of the refrigerator. You open it up. It's like
You
this.
piss on that side of the toilet.
I'm gonna piss on your floor tonight. I'll show you.
They slip. I'm gonna sue you.
You clean that up now. You clean that up.
I mean, these are things that are still again, I'm my age and what I'm looking for and what I desire in a partner. I mean, I don't expect anybody to be perfect, of course, but there are certain things that I want, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I know.
responsibilities. I'm when I go to date, it's not. I meet people who have little ones and people who are
Nope.
I'm like
No.
I have to take certain things into consideration of what I may or may not be open
Yeah.
to experiencing.
I want to date anybody that has a kid that's younger than my oldest grandson. Still living at home. I got a kid. He's 10. You're 50. How'd
A
that
lot
happen?
of people are starting to have children later in life.
Yeah, I know.
And I know that a lot of the profiles that are like, hey, they have, and people stop posting, stop putting pictures of you and your kids on your profile. Stop it. Stop it. You can put that you have children and you can even put their ages, but stop putting pictures of you and your
Yeah, I
kids.
don't. Yeah, not on your dating site. You shouldn't have pictures of your kids on your dating site. I mean, on your Facebook thing, that's different. But on your profile for your dating site, you could put you got kids, but don't put pictures of
I
your
would just say
kids.
for the safety of the children. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
That's my personal
yeah.
thing.
Because the freaks come out at night.
There are too many weird people in
Yeah.
this world.
Yeah. I was just reading this article that kind of caught my eye. It says the ultimate meal prepper mom has 426 meals ready to feed her family for the next 8 months. Is that even fucking possible?
Yes, it is. If they're freeze dried, or depending on what type of freezer capacity or storage
That's
capacity
just a
you have.
lazy fucking mom, dude. I'm sorry.
How do you say it's lazy? It took a lot of work to get that shit put together.
Dude, I don't know though. I mean, fuck. It's gonna.
What kind of meals are they?
I'm clicking it now. So you got me intrigued.
Why are we talking about prepping when this is a relationship?
We're done. We're done with that topic. I don't know what else we could talk
Yeah,
about.
another one. There was a game that I listened to, and it asked, "What is your best sexual skill in the bedroom?"
Oh, Jake, you could start this one off.
Way to throw that one.
He's a driller. No.
He never had no complaints. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh wait, I got
There
the
you
one
go.
for.
Woo,
I got one for Jake.
What?
Here you go, Jake.
He's gonna beat the shit out of you.
So what is
Someone's
it?
walking
Is it
tomorrow.
gasp? What is your best move? Is that like your best move in the bedroom?
What is your best sexual skill in the bedroom?
Oh, your
in your
skill.
opinion?
In my opinion, I don't know if I want that out there.
Yeah, that's a secret. You gotta earn that.
You gotta earn that one. It's kind of like paying for the admission for the ride. I mean, yeah, no. I don't want to throw that one out there, Jen.
Look at you! Look at you! Oh God, you're such a wuss.
I want that look of surprise. That's part of the fucking package.
Yes, ma'am.
That's like, that's like buying. No, I don't even want to go there. I almost said Disneyland, but I know Disney is already watching. So.
It's like laying everything out right away.
Yeah,
what do you do? What's your special skills? Like, you better find out.
Yeah, that's like going to Disneyland and not waiting for the rides. Just get on every ride. It's not exciting.
Hey, you know what? Front of the line access costs extra, so it is exciting.
Yeah, but remember what that's called, though. Remember what that's called.
It's
what is
called
that called?
VIP.
No, it's not. It's called the Express line, and I don't want my sex life to be associated with Express.
Well, yeah, the
good items are less.
Frame, I agree.
Good luck. I want mine to have like a warning label on it. This ride is only suitable for
warning.
Please keep your hands and arms inside the ride at all times.
Bite your lip and give her hell.
Oh man. I'm still intrigued by this though. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking meals. I mean, where's she storing all this stuff? What the fuck?
And what are they? Like, if you're gonna freeze a steak that you've prepared.
Yeah, you can't. It can't taste good.
Yeah.
There's just no way. And all I seen is fresh stuff. You're gonna kill the fresh goat? I just find it intriguing. I mean, it's just weird. It's also right at that age group where they're the 28-30. Yeah, the 28-30s right now. For some reason, they're all about like living in fucking trailers and fucking. They're all about meal prepping and healthy and eating organic and and living in an 8x8 fucking dorm, or fucking mobile fucking room. It's just insane. I don't know what's going on with that generation. Hey, I'm glad none
They're
of my kids are like that. I
they're
mean,
preparing for the end of the world because of all the shit that's going
all
on.
these shows, it's got to be The Walking Dead and all these fucking shows that these kids have grown up watching. Fucking, I
They're
was
like,
gonna
we're
almost
all
say,
gonna
yeah,
die.
we're all
There's
gonna
gonna be
fucking
no
die.
places to
I'm gonna
live.
buy a Chinese what is sea trailer and fucking convert it into a home.
You're
And
gonna live at the van.
yeah,
You live in
Down
the
by the
van
river.
by the river.
I don't even call them doomsday preppers because they're really not doomsday preppers because they're not really talking about doomsday. They're all really just talking about getting off the grid. That seems to be like the big thing that's going on with that generation where it's like, we need to get off the grid. We need to, put our cell phones down. No more this, no more TV, no more all this stuff. Go ahead, Jake.
They've seen how much it's ruined our lives.
You
Because
think?
my generation is the one that grew up because Facebook came out when I was in college. When I first signed on to Facebook, you
Yeah,
had to be a college student
right.
because it was only for college students. You would list your class schedules, and then it would be like, this person shares a class with you.
Yeah,
So then you could use it to get study times, notes, communicate about actual college. The
right.
dumbest thing, the smartest thing for Facebook, but the dumbest thing that they did was make it public to everybody.
Yeah,
Because then it turned into this whatever it is now.
This machine.
Whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
same thing with Twitter, all of social media, and social media is just all lies and crap anyway. So I think people now are like, well, why would I spend my time sitting on Facebook reading a bunch of garbage?
Yeah. No. You're right. And it's not just, it's just getting totally off the grid and just living, solar free, eating cage fresh shit and just, not having to basically use cash. Cause I don't think any of these kids are walking around with cards anymore. They're all cash. Yeah, I've seen cash. I don't see any of these people with cards. And every time I watch the YouTube channels when they're paying for something, it's always cash. They're paying cash. So, which is telling me they're not even using banks. They want nothing to do with society. They don't want to, they just want to be away from everything. And it's just like the government still knows you're there. I mean, don't pretend
you
like
got a cell phone.
yeah, you're still there. You're fucking. This is what I told this one, and I got kicked off that page. But I was like, we're off the grid, and we're doing this and this, and I go, that's cool. But I said the same thing. You're posting twice a week on
How
fucking
are you off the
YouTube.
grid when you're on social media?
You're posting twice a week on YouTube. You're posting constantly on Instagram. You're constantly posting on Twitter. You're not off the grid.
Right?
Right? You're using the grid to pay for your lavish. No, I shouldn't say lavish, huh? Your
No.
lifestyle. You're
No.
using the grid to pay for your lifestyle, and that's basically because without YouTube and the money that these people are generating from these channels to live off the grid, they wouldn't even be able to live off the grid. That's what I think. I don't think these people could go out and go do jobs and to support that no fucking electricity, hey, solar panels not fucking cheap. No. And then when you got 6, 7, 8 of them and you're powering fucking a whole house full of shit that you don't think you didn't think you needed, but now you realize you need a washer and fucking dryer because washing your clothes at the river doesn't work. A
lot of these these vans, and they have some nice amenities in them, so they're not washing their clothes in the river.
Now, these are people that they're buying right now. The hot thing is to buy these containers from China, these old containers. These are 45-foot containers.
The shipping containers.
Right. And they're turning these into homes. So what they're doing is they're going out there. Well, most of them are Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. They're kind of trying to stay in those areas, and they're picking areas that are getting lots of rainfall and stuff like that. So they're smart about where they're picking these locations to put these homes, and then they're buying little plots of land, and they're taking these trailers and then converting them into their homes. So they're putting a bedroom in there, washer and dryer, all the amenities that they had when they left the home that they sold to go move into this thing. That's what I didn't get. I was like, dude, you left a 3-bedroom, 2-car garage in Florida to move to Oklahoma, out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Property taxes are cheaper in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but you're just paying. Yeah, but now you're building the same thing you had over there, but you're thinking like, oh, I'm off the grid. Well, great. Yeah, I get it. You don't have power running to your place. You're using solar powered. You're using rainwater for your water. I get all that stuff, but all the amenities in the home are the same things you had in there. You want to go off the grid, fucker? You go wash your clothes like they did on that grate out in the fucking middle of the river, dude. Yeah. Then come talk to me. You still have a washer and dryer. You're still posting 2 to 3 fucking videos a week on YouTube. You're still on Instagram. You're still on the grid. You're on the phone. Now you're on every fucking social media site to support you staying off the grid.
Yeah.
But you're on the grid.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And I you know, the one couple I followed them for almost a year, and they had,
Stalker.
yeah, no, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, I didn't understand why they left what they had. They both had successful jobs. Both were making very good money. They had a beautiful home, and they decided to go out there and buy this 40-foot trailer out in the middle of friggin' nowhere. They started off with one trailer. Next thing you know, what happens? The wife wants more space. Guess what? I got to buy another fucking trailer. So they buy another trailer, and that's not even big enough. So what they did is they spread it out, cut the trailers sides off, spread it out, and build something in the middle. So they had this big area, built 2-bedroom house. I'm like thinking, and the thing that intrigued me the most was he's not a hands-on guy. He didn't know how to do any of that stuff. He's never built a thing in his life. So he was learning, that was the catch. Yeah, that was the catch. We were learning with him as he was learning. He didn't know how to install electricity. He didn't know how to do any plumbing. He had no clue on any of that welding, nothing. And they sold their home. They made a fortune. They took that money and they moved out in the fucking middle of nowhere. And it just intrigued me that, I'm like thinking, okay, right now everything's cool because you don't have a kid. Now all of a sudden the kid shows up. They got a kid or she's pregnant. Now he's trying to fucking work faster to try to get them in this home because they were living in a horse trailer the whole time as they were building this with an air conditioner unit in it. And now there's a baby involved. And I'm like, okay, you're going to, this kid going to be raised in a horse trailer with an AC? Get that house done, boy.
Sometimes people, they want a break from the monotony.
Yeah.
And they make changes in their life and they try something new. You don't want people to not try something new.
No,
They've got to
no.
find their path. And for some it works and for some it does, some others it doesn't.
Yeah.
I am intrigued by the tiny house living, but I've rented rooms and I've been in small spaces, and I basically acclimated to that.
I get nuts living in a small little fucking, I'm too big, number one, too tall, but I imagine just 8 by 8. Fuck.
It just, again, it depends on the person and how comfortable you are.
You're shitting in the same room you're eating.
Not necessarily. It's not that. It's not, there are people who live in RVs. Remember,
you're still shitting in the same place you're eating if you're in an RV.
There's doors.
It has a door.
Jake's all, there's a door.
There's a door.
That stops it.
Just like there's a door where the bathroom is.
No, I know.
Not that far from the kitchen.
I know.
You go to a restaurant and the bathroom's right in the kitchen.
No, usually it's down the hallway, a little ways away from the actual
Not
eating
necessarily.
area.
You got fancy bars down there, huh?
It's not. Yeah. There was a speakeasy here. That was the bar at Modesto downtown, and that was the one that they had a door in the women's room, but not in the men's room. And I always like, dude, this is so fucked up, man. This is so fucked up. So you could actually walk by
and see someone pissed,
and just seeing guys standing at the urinal, fucking, and it was just for security reasons. I was like, what security reasons do you not have a fucking door in the men's bathroom?
Probably got tore off too many times.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I've seen some of those, like even those living arrangements that some of those people have in China and Japan, And that just blows me away how they can just live in those little tiny fucking areas. And with the amount of people they have, they don't have a lot of space,
Spoiled.
living in dresser drawers like on Seinfeld.
That's a totally American thing, though, too.
What's that, Jake?
Totally American. The space and
Oh,
money and
absolutely.
stuff. Because, we
Spoiled.
say 4-hour drive is nothing, and you say that to a European, and they're like,
That's a lifetime.
yeah. Yeah, they'll never drive that much. It's,
Yeah, I said that to the guy the other day on when I was online playing a game, and he's all, "Hey," I told him I was in California. He goes, "What part?" I said, "Northern California," and he's like, "Well, how far away are you from San Francisco?" And I said, "Well, about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes." He goes, "Oh, that's long." I'm like, "Huh?" I'm there in 2 hours and 15 minutes. I go, LA, that's 6.5 hours, 7. Yeah, but that's pretty much of a long drive for me. But yeah, 2 hours isn't long. But yeah, they do everything. Well, but Jake, that's the same way if you say something like that to somebody in New York, because and Philadelphia too, parts of Philadelphia, because everything is so regional. I mean, you can walk out your doorstep and 1 block away is a supermarket, and there's a bidet, or what do you call those? Bodega, and there's stores all over the place. I loved that when I was back there and I stayed at Joey's mom's house, and I just like walking out the front door, and it's just like 1 block over there was a store right there, and the supermarket was 2 blocks away. I can see not needing a car in big cities like New York and Philadelphia, where you can kind of just fuck, everything's right there. So if you said somebody in Philadelphia, yeah, it's like 4 hours. Oh, that's a long drive, That's a long.
The big cities too, it takes them 4 hours to get across the city sometimes.
Yeah,
there
were
a different
people.
world too.
Yeah, there were
Depends on
people there in
traffic.
Philly that were driving to New York for work, like here, because that's a 4-hour drive from Philadelphia to New York, and they were doing that to work because the money was just so much better there, but they can't afford to live in New York.
No.
Fuck that. But
I
then
don't have to
again,
drive
I've never
anywhere. I
been.
work remotely.
Yeah, I'd have to go all the way back to my fucking high school days to remember the last time I actually had a job in my city that I lived in.
I grew up in the country, so everything was a drive for me.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't just go, "Hey, I'm going to the store to get a soda." They would have like, "No, you're not. You're gonna get groceries."
It's a lot of gas you're burning if you're doing that.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I understand every generation has this thing. We had our thing. Our generation had their. It just seems like this generation. I don't know. It kind of semi reminds me a little bit of the kids that were in the 90s that were all about the environment, and it seemed like that kind of went away for a while, and it seems like that's back again. It's like, hey, we're worried about this, and that's why they're not having children. They think a lot of them think they're overpopulating the world, so they're not having children. And there's a lot of
That's an indoctrination, though, so that doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody else the other day, and we were talking about this, about how this generation's so much different than the generation that I grew up in, and like what I had to deal with. We talked about it on the other show, but just what I had to deal with as a teenager, what I was worried of happening when I was 18 in the 80s, or a teenager in the 80s. And my joke was, all I needed to know was who my president was, what war was going on at the current time, and that I had to make sure I registered as at the post office when I turned 18. That was the truth. That's the truth, But like this generation here, they've got all this shit in front. I mean, they got to, if they can say he or she or they or them, is this, it's just so much that's going on with them. And I don't feel like I had a lot of that to deal with as a teenager.
We didn't have Facebook as a teenager.
Yeah.
We didn't have Twitter. You literally had 5 channels when I was a teenager.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I even look back at the current things, like somebody goes, "Oh, well, you really need to go back now and look at what was going on in the 80s." because a lot of it's true. A lot of that stuff we didn't know. If you didn't watch the 10 o'clock news, you didn't know. How many teenagers said, "Oh no, mom, I got to stay up and watch the 10 o'clock news." It didn't happen. You got little snips and bits of your parents
You're
at
too
breakfast.
busy watching fucking videos at
Yeah.
midnight and
Yeah, you just got your information from your parents or somebody, at school, one of your teachers, but if your parents were sitting there talking about Ronald Reagan at the dinner table or some sort of, something that was going on in politics, that was your news. You weren't staying up. This generation's actually watching the fucking news, reading fucking, blogs and articles on.
they're very,
Yeah,
very they're more.
they're over.
No, I don't think it's over. I think that these
Too much
younger people
information.
need to be aware of what's
Yeah.
going on
But
because it's their
Jennifer,
future
But
that is at
Jennifer, the
stake.
problem is they don't know how to handle that information. They don't know how to handle that information and what they need to do with it. I don't think they have the survival skills that we had as kids in the 80s. I
Because we were
really don't.
forced to survive. They're
Right.
a
We were
different
forced
breed.
to, we had to make our own food. We had to learn how to use the fucking microwave. We had to do these things. We had to have a key to the house.
They
Yeah.
know how
Yeah.
to do these things. That's not it at all. They're
They don't
just
want to do them on their own. They want somebody else to do it for them. I'm not
make
shitting
enough
on that
money to
generation.
have that shit happen.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like kids weren't being kidnapped in the 80s. That was a big thing. We were told not to go next to fucking vans. That was like another big thing. Stay away from fucking white vans,
Why they
don't,
always have to be white.
just stay away from, that was
Vans
our
in
big
general.
thing. But fucking the majority of us, that post I posted on our Facebook page, my mom didn't know where I was from 1980 to 1983. That was the joke, but it was true because they literally did not know where we were at.
Well, that's for you. You saw how my parents were. They
It
had
was
to know
different.
where we were at
Every
all
parent was
times.
different. Every parent was different, but I think we learned those skills. I think we have those. I think we cope better around other people. Do we get triggered? Yeah, we get triggered. Look at half of the Karens that are out there are usually our generation. And I feel sorry for those people. Yeah, you triggered them. You know what? They have a set of morals that are instilled in them since their childhood. Now you're telling this person that she can or he can't do something. Of course, it's going to trigger. She's going to get upset, and of course, all the cell phones got to come out. Oh, look at this Karen!
No,
And,
some of the Karen things are so ridiculous
but
that
they're
I'm
right.
embarrassed
But
for
don't
them.
you feel like they were drawn there, Jennifer? It seems like
No.
they've become the actors that this generation needs to see. It's no longer the Stallones. It's no longer the Cameron Diaz and all these famous. It's these people. These people now seem to be more famous than the fucking actors, unless you're fucking a Kardashian. Unless you're a Kardashian.
But that's
In
the
all
other part of it.
honesty,
Yeah.
I don't. Every now and then I'll see certain things, but I give two shits. I don't care.
yeah.
If you're either an asshole or you're not, and
Right.
those come in all different
Yeah,
generations.
I'm sure there are some of them that are assholes, but I feel like a lot of them are provoked. I think they're provoked into those situations, like the girl, the lady. I don't know if you ever seen the lady with the skateboard incident. You ever seen that
No.
one where the sign's clearly marked there? It is a school campus. She's the principal. They're not supposed to be riding their skateboards at that campus, on that campus during after school hours. There's not supposed to be anybody there. She's trying to get them out, and these kids are just filming her going crazy. And, I can understand her point. She's getting frustrated. She's being filmed. She knows she's being filmed. It's just, you
There
lose
comes
it.
a time and a point though where you just zip it and you just fucking move it on. If that's their policy and stuff, call security or call the cops. Why are you going to engage with these children?
Because they need to explode.
No. Sometimes you
Yeah.
have to learn just to fucking walk away because just because you got your little clipboard and your little shit doesn't mean that it's going to go the way that you want it to go.
Yeah, I know. But again, you think about that. If that were to happen in the 80s, what would happen? No, I'll
In
tell
the
you
80s,
exactly
they
what
wouldn't have given
happens.
a shit. They had smoking sections in high school.
No, I'll tell you what would have happened, and I know what would have happened because you would have gotten the kids would have said we're sorry and left. They would have shown her the respect. They would have showed her. Well, everybody I hung out with, if there's was a sign there that said you weren't allowed to ride a skateboard and you were riding a skateboard and somebody approached you and said, You can't be riding a skateboard here. We picked up our shit and we moved on. But here nowadays, everybody's got to pull out their phone. They got to get fucking famous. They got to ruin somebody's career and ruin somebody's fucking reputation because they lost it. But hey,
But again,
you
they're
don't
not
think
ruining that person's
you
reputation,
don't
the
know,
person's
but you don't know what that
actions.
person's going through. That's what I'm saying. There could be a lot of things going on in that lady's life at that point, and that's just the trigger. That was the final straw, or the fuse was already lit maybe a year ago, and this was the day that she just loses it.
And then
I
she will
yeah,
unfortunately pay the
yeah.
consequences for it,
She
because
becomes a Karen.
we're still to be held accountable for our actions regardless of the situation.
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
You got to take accountability for shit, and sometimes circumstances are going to
No,
be
see
overwhelming,
who
and
who
they're
who's
gonna
supposed to be
trigger
taking
you.
accountability at that situation of those kids? They're not supposed to be there,
Okay,
but
but
they
an
have no
adult is an
respect.
adult,
They have no respect for their elders
and that may
because
be the case,
mommy and daddy are going to take care of it.
possibly.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Mommy's and daddy's going to take care of their boo-boos. Mommy and daddy's going
You
to take care of
actually,
their.
you may not necessarily know what's going on with those kids. It's not necessarily everything that's going on with the
No,
adult or the person
I don't
that's
care
being
about those
reflected as
kids.
being. See, you're just
I
like, fuck
don't.
them kids.
I don't care
So,
about those kids one bit. I don't care about those
so
kids one bit.
it's a two-way street in that particular situation. Adults are supposed to
I
compose
was
themselves.
told from the day I was born, I respect my elders. I don't care if they're
Okay.
50, 60, or 70. I will respect my elders and I will show them the respect that they deserve. And when I am told to leave property, I leave property. I
Okay.
don't start a big thing. I don't try to hit her with a skateboard.
Well,
I
that's
don't.
not right, but
Okay.
I didn't say that that was right.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
don't do
saying
any
that
of that stuff. I'm going to pick up my skateboard and I'm going to say, I'm sorry you didn't see the sign and leave. But these kids today, they got to whip out their phone. They're all trying to be internet famous. They all want to get that million fucking likes, and which is stupid. The expectations. This is the thing. If I were to get a million hits on this video right now, I would shit my pants tomorrow, not for the fact that I got to a million, but the fact that I need to create the same type of show again tomorrow or the next week. That's
you hear that,
scarier to me.
everybody. He will
Yeah,
shit his pants.
that's what I'm saying. I would be
I
happy
want to
that it
see it.
hits a million.
Let's do it. Let's get a
Yeah.
million views.
I would be happy to get to a million, but I would be more worried about next Friday, and that's what these kids don't realize is they want to get that one virtual video, that one video they make to go viral, but they don't understand that they need to produce that and continue to create and make videos that are going to be that entertaining
Yes,
as that first video.
they need to continue to
But these
capture
kids
their
are out
audience.
there, and that's what's happening, and that's what's I've been seeing on TikTok. Is I think these kids are realizing, oh shit, I got to get even more stupider. I got to get even more creative. And I saw a video the other day where I'm sorry, look, man, no, nothing. If I'm going to pull a prank, I'm not pulling a prank on a 6'8" black guy in his 50s in a supermarket. There is no way I'm going to try to pull a prank on that individual. And this guy told him straight up, I'm not going to play your fucking games. And took the kid and threw him up against, get out of my fucking face. I'm not going to play your fucking games. Because what happened is he's bent over. The black guy's standing there looking at shells. The other guy walks by and slaps him in the ass. And he turns around and trying to make it think that, that it was him doing it. And he just looks at it and goes, I'm not playing your fucking games. He already knew there was a camera there. Grabbed that kid, threw him up against the fucking thing and said, I'm not playing your fucking, no, go away. I'm not playing your fucking games. Somebody's going to get hurt. Because that's the thing. It's the challenge. I get it. Everybody wants to, you want to get to that million. But then you got to realize, hey, my video went viral. Can I keep doing this? And what do I have to give up to keep continuing to do that? That's more scarier to me than reaching a million. I'd be happy. Fuck yeah, I got a million. But then guess what? Johnny would be fucking after this show ends till Friday, be fucking trying to figure out how I got to a million. What do I need to do to get to a million? What needs to change? How do I need to change? The show would get derailed. We would lose. The show would stop because I wouldn't know what to do. I would completely lose it. I'd be like,
There was a show
we're
that was
done.
like that. It's called Jackass.
Yeah. Yeah, Jackass. But that's to me, that's how I look at it. That's scarier to me is not getting to the million. It's just, oh shit, I got to do this
What
again.
do you have to do to continue it?
Continue it because
Yeah.
you know, fucking, you know,
And
being
that's
creative.
understandable.
Yeah, that's the scary.
understandable.
And
Okay.
I'm not giving up my soul.
Okay, Johnny.
Soul's
we
staying
went
with me. It's
we-
black as shit, but that soul's staying with me, man.
we went from the dating show to the prepper show to the disrespectful show.
Yeah, we shows everywhere. We could talk
That's
about
why.
Ryan Reynolds too. His
That's why
house,
it's called the
best
BS show.
best
I know,
Indian
it's
food in
completely-
Europe after his visit. No, I'm kidding.
Ryan Reynolds is hot. Ah.
He's married, right?
So that doesn't take away from his hotness.
His wife is hot.
Oh,
Holy
she's
shit.
beautiful. She's
Hot.
gorgeous.
Man.
Historical figure who is living
Man.
long enough to be photographed. Oh wow. I don't know.
Okay.
Who's hot? You got
Ryan Reynolds and his
oh,
wife. I take both.
Who's he married to again?
Blake
Blake.
Lively.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Blake Lively?
Look her up.
She's good.
You
You might.
You will get a smile.
She's
Okay.
beautiful.
Blake Lively.
She's
Lively.
gorgeous.
Lively. She's not that pretty.
Yeah, she is. Shut your pie hole.
I know. I would think that you would think she was gorgeous because you
She
like
is.
Taylor
She's
Swift.
gorgeous. I'm fucking around. She's gorgeous.
Stupid.
She's gorgeous. Wasn't
You
he
would be
married?
like, piss on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Blanken. Please shit on my chest. I will cherish your
Shit
shit.
on my chest.
I will bag that shit.
She's absolutely beautiful. She's
Speaking
a
of-
gorgeous woman.
Speaking of stool samples on the first date, there you go.
That will be on the fetish
Oh
show.
wow, they've actually been married quite some time.
Yes.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Good for both of them because he's a hot piece of ass too.
Yeah, who's he wasn't he with
Alanis Morissette and Johansson.
oh
Scarlett Johansson.
He was.
What story
Yes.
blew my mind away the other day? It was a couple weeks
He
ago.
was
I
married to Scarlett Johansson.
Oh
forgot.
shit, huh?
The song that was written for that she had what's her name? The woman you
Alanis
just
Morissette.
yeah.
You ought to know.
You
it
wanna
was
know.
written for. I forgot.
What's
Full
his
House.
Full House, dude.
Uncle,
that
one of
blew
the
me
uncles.
away. That
Yeah.
was, dude. You listen to the lyrics to that song.
Oh
and you're just
yes, I know
like,
them quite well.
fuck. And then you picture his face. I'm like, dude,
Yes.
dude.
It was the
Stamos?
goofy uncle.
The
Oh,
blonde.
Dave
Blonde, the
Coulier
blonde.
guy.
Yeah, they're both Canadian, so I get that part. They're both Canadians. I understood that.
I was
but
like,
then,
ooh,
yeah,
man.
I
you
was
made
like,
her
damn, dude. You
mad."
start looking at you don't listen to the song, just pull the lyrics up to that song, and then think of him, and it's just like, dude, you fucked up.
Shit happens. But yes, we had a very interesting show. It kind of took many segues.
Yeah, we go everywhere with the show. That's what I want to do. I just kind of want to throw things, have like one or two topics, and then just kind of throw other things that are interested to you during the week. So that's why I always tell you guys, look around. If you find an article about a celebrity you want to talk about, throw it out there. I don't care. It doesn't always have to be, you don't always have to stick with dating. You know, if something you draw interest to, or you catches your eye, throw it out there.
I have a topic idea that I want to do sometime. I would just need some help looking into it.
Okay.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2 again when I had COVID here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And all of the old school sayings from like the 1800s and phrases and words and stuff that they used, that would be a blast to figure out those again and like
and I do when I watch those old shows. I'm like, what did he say? And then you see the closed captioning on the bottom of the screen. You're like, what the fuck's that mean?
Yeah. It's something I've wanted to do and something I've wanted to bring up, but I just don't have the time to look it up. So if that's of interest, that could be a fun one.
And then we can kind of add those into dating.
I love your lily wickers.
You lily licker. No.
Whilst thou come to my bedchambers with me, fair maiden?
Can you imagine how you had to say a whole paragraph just to get her to sleep with you? Back then, yeah.
If that's all it took was a paragraph.
5 pence. No.
It took a paragraph. It took a paragraph, and then it took 2 days just to get all the clothes off of her.
No, they just had to lift the petticoats up.
And don't forget, Dad had the fucking chastity belt on her with the key at home. So you know,
Not
Ding, 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 ding,
necessarily.
ding.
I think you, that's quite a wow.
hey, that's when you become a locksmith, Jake. That's like my career choice would be locksmith. If I knew they were all running around with fucking
Could you
chastity belts on.
imagine trying to get that lock though?
What are
She
you
couldn't
doing
be able
down
to
there?
take it off. She had to use the restroom through that.
Oh God. Hey, Daddy, can I have the key? Where are you going?
Taking a pressure washer.
I gotta go poo, Mom. I go poo. I would like to go poo. Can I please take this off?
Okay, enough.
All right. Hey, all right. Chastity belts next Friday.
There we go.
Should they come back?
The pros and cons.
The pros and cons of chastity belts in 2022. Should we bring them back?
No.
Should condoms be made with lambskin again?
No, they still are, stupid.
I mean, the old-fashioned way. Is that
No.
a hair on that thing?
Oh God. Okay. End of show.
And
Sorry.
show. Hey, we'll see everybody next Friday. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jennifer. Let me hit that button.